Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Mostly cloudy, cool with some light snow. 34 the high. It's about 25.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, Joe?
How many cookies did you throw in your mouth?
Yeah, are you at the Great Retort Buffet right now?
No, I don't.
Oh, he's not going to spit it out. It's already chewed.
Oh, no. Oh, man. There was so many stomach punches just now.
Very funny.
The only thing that can
I thought so.
soften
Never had to say a thing. Never had to
soften
say
the
a thing.
blows are some Thin Mints.
Yeah, I had a cookie in my mouth. A Samoa.
Is that what made you giggle?
I refuse to call it by its new name. No, it's not what made me giggle. That thing that we were talking about
Thinking that the
before.
it was thinking that the cookie was called Samoan.
So
What we were talking about during the break. It got to you.
you already had one. Why did you have to reach for more? So
Look, here's Joe right now.
I don't know. We ask you the same thing when we're out to dinner.
not looking.
It's a mirror.
That's been me all day.
So we were talking about that time we gave away a copy of Footjackers. Okay, first, Hot Wings went into his things aren't like the old days hourly rant that started long before I left and was still going on when I came back.
And then when you came back
were
and
not
said,
part
are
of the
you still going
conversation."
on that? Hot Wings kicked back 2 chapters and started again.
No, it was a recap.
Yeah, Justin and I were having a conversation that you weren't involved in, and our conversations and their length do not matter to you.
If he's not involved with it, why did you shout the recap at him?
Well, because he asked about it.
No, I
he's
didn't.
acting like
No,
he
he
didn't.
didn't.
He's deflecting right now because he's filling his face with cookies.
Listen, no one is ever involved in your conversations.
I was.
Yeah, Justin was, so why don't you just...
He said some key words. Got my attention.
Anyway,
Said foot and jack.
Yeah.
It reminded you of the time that
we actually gave away a copy of Footjackers.
not even the original, it was like the 6th sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Footjackers 9.
Wait,
The last foot. So, yeah, there was a time when we would go to Springfield and then give away porno.
Yeah.
All the giveaways
Live.
were from the porno store.
Like an amazing amount of porno and sex toys that they would just bring over and go, hey, figure out how to give it away.
Yeah.
We're like,
Cool. Do we have anything, that normal people will want? Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll just sign some copies of Footjackers and be on our way.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
you go. You win porno. You win porno.
So
Actually, it was shockingly popular.
Well, because it was so ridiculous, but
Well, yeah. I mean, well, some of it was decent.
Yeah.
I think we had some good $80 dongs in that bag at times.
there were some expensive toys in there. Yeah.
ew.
I think that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's the original, but yeah, we got
But
It was one of those, though. I mean, the
I got 'em all.
box was basically the same.
We did too.
I pulled up
Get one.
Hot Wings Amazon account.
Yeah.
We were like Oprah that day.
That is so gross.
Oh, wow. That looks like the whole collection.
So not to get too far off track, I had shoved a Samoa in my mouth at the exact moment that we came back, and I thought about that, what we were just talking about. Then I laughed, but I didn't want to spit cookie everywhere. And then snot came out of my nose because that's where laughter goes when you can't get it out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And then after that, the laughter is on my sleeve.
You need a napkin?
No, it's on my sleeve.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
good there.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I've recently
nature's
learned
Kleenex.
that with the twins, you can't tell them in advance that they need a Kleenex because as soon as you acknowledge that they have the drip
Yeah.
from the nose to the top of the lip, they
sleeve.
Oh.
every time.
Gotta teach them the tongue trick. Keep the
Well,
sleeves
they'll
clean.
also do the tongue
Yeah.
sometimes too, like if the sleeve's already too crunchy.
Those ones taste sweeter.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
The runny ones.
I've done the tongue trick once in my life after watching a boy named Ben do it. It sounds bad. And I never went back.
So Ben showed you the tongue trick.
Yeah.
And then you gave it a try one time just to see if you
I
like
just
it.
remember that specific time was the time that I did the tongue trick.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason. And I went, oh, boogers don't taste good. I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm happy that I have so many other poor qualities, you know, that I'm glad to at least say that I wasn't a snot eater.
It's weird because you can like sit in your own fart and it doesn't really affect you so bad compared to, the way it does everybody else. But your own boogers bother you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have a lot of bad qualities.
Yeah, and I'm saying it's weird that it does because it doesn't bother me at all. Like, I ate a booger like 3 days ago. I caught myself in the middle of eating a booger, and I go, oh, my God, I'm eating a booger. It's been a while. It's not so bad. Oh. What's the downside to this?
Well, I
it doesn't
know.
bother you.
Yeah.
I mean, it bothered
Man,
me
it
in the
grosses
second
me
of it, but it didn't taste horrible. I've put worse things in my mouth.
Who hasn't?
Oh, I thought you were just going to say who. I didn't know. When you said hasn't, I was about to interrupt you by accident.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What a brutal room today.
It is.
Wrecking ball swinging around. Steve,
Lot of arrows.
you've been very quiet. Let us bring you in.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Gross
I don't
things
know.
that have been
Ask
in your
Hotwings
mouth.
about anything, and then he'll just hit you in the face for no reason.
All right,
Bare your
Guys are all
soul
that way.
and then get it stepped on. Oh, yeah. We had news to talk about.
There's been obviously people have been following along with the stories about Wolverine and the water, and a lot of people that are dealing with the trouble of that. But I came into the studio and you were reading like what had gone on in the factory in the tannery a while ago, and I couldn't believe what was going on. And so a minute ago I said, "Hey, do we have more?" And it turns out ZZM has a piece on it that we can just learn about.
8 months now, we've been talking about the toxic PFAS chemicals in Kent County well water. More than 500 homes are contaminated with these industrial chemicals contained in waste dumped by Wolverine worldwide.
That waste came from the shoemaker's old tannery, specifically the ScotchGuard product used to waterproof leather. The PFAS chemicals in the ScotchGuard polluted well water over decades in small amounts down to the parts per trillion.
But what happens when the chemicals don't take years but seconds to contaminate drinking water? WCZM 13's Noah Fromson has more in an exclusive investigation into an incident Wolverine's tannery almost 20 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah,
I wasn't
Juliet
born
Brent.
yet.
Right. Oh my goodness.
The people that used to work at the tannery were exposed to PFAS, but not like all these people living in Kent County. This was quick.
Or maybe he
and
was born
concentrated.
long before then.
And
they had a PFAS issue.
ScotchGuard where they sprayed the hides with it.
ScotchGuard, used for years at Wolverine Worldwide's tannery to waterproof leather for hush puppy shoes. It's a popular brand, still in stores.
Yeah,
You
we
did
know.
everything. You had to put the chemicals
Or
up
that.
manually and everything.
We didn't know what we was putting in there.
The former tannery employees didn't know that the ScotchGuard they sprayed on the hides contained PFAS, a suspected carcinogen that would seep from tannery waste into hundreds of private Kent County wells decades later.
Anybody knows that chemical, watch, what you
look
do
what it
with
did to him.
But we didn't know that it was cancerous or whatever.
No one knew that drinking water with the smallest amount of these industrial chemicals, down to the parts per trillion, would be dangerous.
Your water looks fine, so it took me quite a while to grasp the
Yes,
severity
because of the part
this.
where the water doesn't look fine. We already know this part. Yeah,
it
even
really
plain, I don't
has.
know where it is
Sandy
in the video.
Winstelt lives across from an old Wolverine dump in Belmont. Even her water, some of the most contaminated in Michigan, looks normal. It's a chain from ScotchGuard to the hides, and years later to the water.
The water started to taste funny out of the drinking fountains.
But in June of 1999,
Kind of a rusty brown color.
steps were skipped.
I had noticed the water kept changing color while I was drinking it.
Dawn Brenner worked in the shipping department. She told one of her bosses the water was undrinkable.
But I was told there's nothing that's wrong with the water, Dawn. It's coming straight out of the city. It's not coming from here. There's no way.
She wasn't alone.
Holy
I
cow.
drank from the fountain one
Doesn't
time.
it
and
seem
and that-
worse
and-
that it was changing colors
Yeah.
as she was drinking?
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't alone.
And whoever said that might have believed that.
Maybe.
I mean, honestly,
Man,
I mean, if
that
you're-
really is. There's a reason Aaron Brockovich was in town. It's that same, as portrayed in the film, that same sort of, whether it was done with ill will in their hearts or done with just being naive. That's that same sort of. No, it's fine. It's good.
Right.
It keeps your lungs from having water drip into them.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's perfect. Waterproof.
I drank from the fountain one time, and I couldn't breathe or anything, and I started getting nauseous, and I started turning blue.
So they tested it, and they found out that it had ScotchGuard in it.
2 chemicals, ScotchGuard and Antistat, mixed directly with the tannery's drinking water due to a plumbing error. Wolverine confirmed the malfunction in a statement, saying, in part, Wolverine shut off the fountains, notified tannery employees, conducted a detailed review, and fixed the plumbing issue in a short period of time.
Memo to
The
all
company-
employees: your ovaries are going to drop out any minute now.
Right.
Be prepared to sweep those up.
Wouldn't say more.
Give us a short term of what, would be wrong. You'd throw up, and you'd get dizzy and stuff like that, but they couldn't give us a long term.
6
What
months
a
earlier,
horrible
Wolverine
mistake
got
to attach the drinking fountain plumbing to the ScotchGuard dump.
Yeah, to have it have the plumbing routed
waste.
near each other in any way.
That seems terrible.
But
It does.
a letter from 3M, ScotchGuard's manufacturer. 3M said employees exposed to PFAS displayed no long-term health effects. Today, Wolverine says PFAS exposure doesn't cause any illnesses, but state health officials say there are links.
An association of those people with high levels in the environment around them of potentially having risks of higher cholesterol, an effect on the liver function tests, fertility issues, certain cancers such as kidney cancer, testicular cancer.
Health and Human Services says the only way they could help is if employees made official complaints to the state's Occupational Safety and Health Administration.
If not, we're lost in the sense of not knowing each individual person's personal exposure to the amount of drinking water, if any.
We requested for them to say that it's fine. That just means that there's no evidence thus far.
Right.
But it's not like there were test groups before this that would have been,
well, and at this point, it would be, unless everybody had the same weird affliction now, it'd be pretty tough to nail it down to that one specific thing.
Because people have aged. And
John has kidney cancer. Well, he's the only one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, all right. Maybe it was from that. Maybe it wasn't.
Right.
Might just be history. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah,
complaints from the tannery.
That'd be tough.
Like the old building, they're gone. The state deletes those investigative records after 5 years, but employees say they often stayed quiet.
The state deletes them after 5 years?
Jesus. Well, I mean, paper takes up a lot of space.
That seems insane.
People higher up, are saying, oh, no, it's okay. You believe that.
Well, sometimes I thought we were just clock numbers to them. We was here one day, well, they can get somebody to replace us.
For years, they produced Wolverine's lifeblood. Now, they want Wolverine to take care of theirs.
Give us all blood tests.
We want all of their blood, literally their blood.
Actual Wolverine blood.
Yes. I'm going to live forever.
I also want those fancy bones.
I want to eat faces off.
If you need something that was caused from your work, they should be liable for it.
Remember Sandy? She has one PFAS compound in her blood more than 700 times the national average.
Still? That's the thing. Well, she's been living, she's been living there for that long.
Absolutely.
My system. That's just the inevitability now.
Scary.
That has the tannery rank and file thinking back to 1999 and all their years in Rockford, asking the same question.
What's it going to do to me?
It's a fair question.
Now, Wolverine has declined to pay for blood tests for people
dead.
in Kent County, saying they're not clinically predictive. We also asked the company if it contacted 3M after the employees drank the ScotchGuard-laced water. Wolverine would not answer. 3M couldn't find anything. Juliet?
Thank you for that update.
3M said, it's as safe as drinking Roundup.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of, that interview that time when the guy from Roundup said, there's no danger in drinking Roundup. I would drink Roundup, no problem. Well, we happen to have some right here. Will you drink that? No, I'm not an idiot. Good Lord, get it out of your hands.
Yeah. I only drink...
I only like it when it's been filtered through the soil.
I only drink vanilla diet Roundup. How dare you do this to me? Well, that is all a big mess. I wonder how. Boy, it seems like Belmont is going to be a very hard place to sell a house in.
Yeah.
And
it has very, very
to remain
quickly
a community.
Hurt property values a smidge. Yeah, just a little
Justin,
bit.
I'm going to email you the Monsanto. If I assume this is a good.
Although was that subtitled?
It's subtitled in a foreign language. I believe I can check here. Talk amongst yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So it's probably in English.
That's what I'm thinking.
With foreign subtitles. Yep. All right. So
I am.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I don't care about ScotchGuard.
I don't want my insides wet.
I just don't want. I don't want to drink it. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, well, 3M's responsible or anything else because, I mean, we use chemicals that are dangerous for us all the time for a variety of things. I don't want to drink the antifreeze that's in my car.
Right. Yeah, I'm not afraid of ScotchGuard on my clothing.
Yeah, I'm not upset that it's in my car. I just don't want it.
I'm going to let everybody else sort it out and hope that everything turns out how it should and that there's not an Aaron Brockovich type of thing going on.
I hope not.
Did you see that? Someone posted it. I don't know. I think near where you used to live, where you're from, Midland.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Superfund in St. Louis? Is that what you're talking about? Or
No,
not Superfund.
I was going to talk about
the Superfund site?
Yeah, if it's an old site that's contaminated, it's a super fun.
Yeah, no, I was going to talk
the
about
one where birds were falling out of the air, and they went, "Oh, we better dig into this." Oh, it's poison. No one lived here for 100 years.
A few toxic chemicals seeping up into the atmosphere.
No, you know what? Eric posted this. Our friend Eric, from MLive, and what's his charity? EOB.
Oh, yeah.
Take kids to the movies.com.
That's not what it's called.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think that's
first showing.
Eric's Flicks.
No, still wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
now
he
playing.
posted a story.
Mm-hmm.
Now playing.
Yeah.
So he posted a story about how it seems a little bit shady, like a Colorado company is coming in. Oh, Everett. That's the community he was in.
Oh, about the water?
Yeah, the potash mine, which I didn't even know. Did you hear about that?
No.
Not a lot
I
of
don't know
people
what
have.
you're talking about.
So this company discovered through U of M, like, I don't know, core samples that they had, that this area is very rich in potash.
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 I think is how you say it.
I'm pretty sure.
It
after
probably
you
is.
said potash, I go, is that how you say it? Dang, man, I've been saying that wrong all these years.
And I have never said that out loud in my life, but my brain has been saying it wrong maybe all these years. Anyway,
all right.
There's this massive plan to bring him, his crew. They're going to create some jobs, but it's basically fracking.
Yeah.
For potash.
I don't even know what that is.
Potash.
Pretty sure.
What is? I don't know. I mean, I'm aware of it. I never really thought about what is that for.
A chemical that you can make a lot of money off of selling to farmers and.
I was going to say, I know that we added
fertilizer.
Yeah. I think we used to have it in powder form, and we would, I swear, dump it into the hopper with the beans when they were being planted. I think it repelled. This is like 35 years ago. Repelled insects from eating the seeds or damaging. Maybe. I don't know.
It's something, yeah.
God forbid I use the internet, which is in front of me.
It contains potassium in water-soluble form.
Okay.
And that's how they sell it to farms, make money that way.
That's how they use it.
But the story
An
read
alkaline potassium compound.
that they've kind of been doing this. Hey, let everybody look over here at the water issue. What is it? Nestle?
Yeah,
wanting to take our water.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, this dude's operation will be like using 3 times the amount that Nestle would have, and then pumping back the wastewater underneath the ground, underneath the water table.
It's worked out every time.
Just 725 million gallons a year.
And I think they were really close to, and official stamp on it, go for it.
Right.
And then someone realized what was going on, talked to, the state. Hey, have you had any complaints about it? People don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Well, that guy, his company, they wanted to make sure everything, all the T's were crossed and I's dotted before they really made an announcement.
Right. Of course they did.
Yeah.
Because people don't want that. That's a classic case of not in my backyard, or in some cases, not anywhere. We mentioned
this story.
The lobbyist who claimed Monsanto's Roundup is safe to drink, and he was dealing with Argentinian television, but he is speaking English.
Oh, okay.
This was just, we were referring to it. It's a classic video.
I do not believe that glyphosate in Argentina is causing increases in cancer. You can drink a whole quart of it and it won't hurt you.
You want to drink some? We have some here.
I'd be happy to, actually, but not really. But
not really.
I know it wouldn't hurt me.
If you say so, I have some glyphosate.
No, I'm not stupid.
Okay. So you.
No, but I know
so it's dangerous,
I
right?
know. No, people try to commit suicide with it and fail fairly regularly.
Tell the truth.
I mean, they get cancer, and it takes them 14 years to die. But that immediate gratification is just not there.
This is just to humans. No, it's not.
So you ready to drink one glass of glyphosate?
No, I'm not an idiot. Interview me about golden rice. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, then it's finished. Then the interview is finished.
That's a good
I don't know how it goes after that.
But, it doesn't matter how it goes because, I don't know about golden rice, but I know that it might not be safe to drink Roundup, even though you say it is.
You said you'd drink it, and then when he said, "I'll get you some," you said, "No, I'm not stupid." And then when he followed up, you said, "I'm not an idiot."
His immediate realization of, I shouldn't have said that out loud. That was the wrong choice of words, saying I could drink it. Well, not really.
Like a specific amount.
Oh, not really. Oh,
Wait,
I've got some here.
What about more than a quart?
Stupid.
It's like they had the numbers that, we've had 500 people try to kill themselves using our product, and I mean, they only drank a quart. What about if they drink more than a quart? Don't ask me about that.
If he really cared about
we don't
his
have
business,
the suicide numbers.
He would have done it like a samurai.
Yeah, he would have.
And then he would have left and waited until no one was around and tried to make himself barf really quick. But that would have been the manly CEO type of thing to do.
But he's not a man. He's a lobbyist.
No, yeah, he's not. He's not anything.